Okay, day 42 with me trading with Apex. This is what I made so far, or this is what I made today in my eval. And this is where my distance drawdown is. It's like once I go below like 900, like 900 or lower, like I can't get past it again. That's what it seems like. Today, I don't know how to feel about the winning day. Okay, obviously it's positive, but it just feels like, or it is like, now, not counting the last couple of days, like I've done a pretty decent job at losing a lot smaller on the day. But overall, my losing days are just so large. So this win, even though it is a win, it doesn't feel that good. So before I keep babbling on, let me go ahead and explain the trades that I took today. So starting with, let's start with MNQ. I could actually delete all of this. 8:30 happens for me, which is the market open in New York. And I actually wasn't even watching MNQ on this. I was really watching MES. So to be honest with you, I didn't really see a lot of this. It wasn't until, I guess around here where I started to kind of pay attention to MNQ. And price is above the hourly 50 EMA, this little pink line here. So I'm like, okay, that's great. I'll look to go long. So at that point, I was just waiting for a bear reset candle to open and close above this 10 EMA, the light blue line. And so I just waited, okay? And I didn't know it was running so fast. I was like, I don't know that I'll get the setup. Like, I don't know if price will come down and give a bull candle opening and closing below it so that a reset candle could happen. Well, I was kind of surprised, but it did happen. And this was it. This bear candle was the first bear candle opening and closing above that 10. And I decided, let me just go ahead and take that. So put my entry a little bit above the high and my low, my stop below the low of this little, of the bull candle there. So, got triggered in, and yeah, just kind of, I'll explain that because I'll jump back to it. Because around the same time, I had that same sort of idea here for MES. So let me MES is something I was watching on the market open, and I saw this nice bear reset candle opening and closing above the 10. It would have been amazing if I would have done something like that. And I saw it and I was wondering if I should get in, but I didn't. Just because everything has been the bears have like really I've just been shocked at some of the moves the bears have made. So I guess I hesitated too much. So, and then also we're below the hourly 50 EMA. So I'm really supposed to be shorting under that line. That's probably the main reason actually why I didn't end up taking that. But once we broke and stayed above the hourly 50 EMA, I started now thinking, well, this day could probably go either way now at this point. But I was a little more bullish, especially since the MNQ trade started working pretty good. And I decided to just wait for a long setup on MES, which was on, let's see, this candle right here. This was the first bear reset candle to open and close above the 10 EMA on the 3-minute. And got in above it, stopped below kind of this support area here, bottom of this box, and was just trying to kind of ride it up. Now, it didn't work here. I actually got stopped out right at this line here. I was able to exit some contracts. I think I exited one, to be honest with you. I exited one contract, I believe, and was able to at least move my stop up once, so I lost that full R. But I wasn't that mad because I was still in the MNQ trade. And I was just like, I'm just going to keep holding, you know. I exited one contract here, or maybe this was the trade I exited one contract. I don't know how many I exited here. I don't know. Anyways, I exited something. And guys, I have not been journaling my trades lately. And so, which I actually know is a kind of a bad thing, but I don't know. I'm a little over it. I'm not going to lie. I can't even lie to you. So as we're kind of coming along and I'm seeing when the bears are making their move down, they're not really going anywhere. So that made me want to stay in the trade a little bit longer. Now I will say, when price rejected this floor of this box, the bottom of this box, I got a little worried. So it's actually funny because I moved my stop up to here, and then when it was time for me to move it to this red line, which is the 0.5R stop for me, I actually didn't do that because I kind of figured, I was like, that's going to be too high and I want the trade to work a little bit. So I put the stop like right here. I'm not kidding. And so when it came down, and even on this candle, the way it was looking at first, I said, okay, I'm getting ready to get stopped out. I was preparing for it, and it just bounced and did not come back. So I'm really glad I did not move that stop all the way here. So anyways, ever since that, I just held for as long as possible. Wish I held more. But this was like almost 2 R's, and I don't even remember the last time I got out of a trade at the 2R target. I don't even remember the last time. I really don't. I can't remember. So while this did feel kind of good, this loss, because I didn't exit as many contracts right here, it took a lot. It took a lot out of my account in a way. And so even though this was a really nice win, I wasn't feeling, I don't know, like it just wasn't, I don't know, I just didn't really like it. So, I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't enough. So, and I don't know what made me trade MES a second time. I should have just went with MNQ because it was really strong today. And I knew that. I knew that on the first trade. I mean, on this trade, I knew it was. So why I did that, I'm not sure. I think maybe because it gave me a 10 EMA setup really quick. And MNQ didn't. It took a long time for that to happen. And, well, actually, I probably just wasn't paying attention to MNQ at one point. Anyways, let me see, where did so this was a 10 EMA play, and this was a long. I'm trying now to, oh, here we go. So this is what I did. So lost that trade, price comes up and creates a bear candle opening and closing above the 10 reset candle. Get in above the high, and the stop could have been a little smaller, but because we had all these bull candles in a row, sometimes price will come down to the 50% mark of that, which it almost did. Let me see. let me see. So yeah, right here, it did come back and retest this little area. And did it come back again? Yeah, it did come back again. And as you can see, like it was just, right there. It was, actually happens to be the top of this box, but this is also the 50% mark of all of these bull candles right here. So I wanted my stop to be pretty below that halfway point. But I could have maybe put it up just a tiny bit more. I didn't. It's all good. So trade started working immediately. I exited 3 contracts here, right on here. I was not aiming for this at one point. I was aiming for 1R on this trade. So let's go like right here. So I exited 3 right here. So half, I had 6 contracts on. I remember that. And then at that point, I was just managing my stop, you know. Once I was able to move it, I moved it one time here. And then I didn't quite follow the 21-minute rule on this. Every 21 minutes, I'm supposed to move my stop. But the way price was kind of moving, I kind of figured like that was going to be too fast. Like that time frame was going to be too fast to move my stop. And so I'm glad I kind of ignored that rule today. Kind of used a little bit of discernment there. And eventually it did hit that 1R target, and I got out of everything except for 1 contract. I ended up getting stopped out here in the green. I kind of figured this stop move was a little too fast, but by this point in the day, I was a little frustrated. Or not frustrated, I was just a little, oh, I'll tell you exactly why I was a little bummed out. Because if we jump back on M and Q, we had this run up, got out right here, which is great. And then we have this box that formed. And so I'm like, on the right 10 EMA setup, I'll go long again. But I got a little worried because I'm like, we've already come up a lot. How much further can it go? Well, it can go this much higher. So at one point I had, I was going to play this EMA candle right here, this 10 EMA setup, where I was going to have my stop like that. I even had it set in the had it set to actually take it. I was also going to go up for 1R and then leave a runner. And I didn't do it. I ended up saying, actually, this could be a good spot to go short. So I actually canceled that and said, if price takes out this hammer candle, we're so high up that I think it would come down. And, well, it never did that. And by the time, it wasn't coming down, price was already taking off. And so I was a little frustrated. And so because of that, I said, I don't want this to come down on this trade, and just, I go back in the red on the day. So I just put it pretty high up and just let it stop me out. And you saw I had in the beginning, I had it up here. Because I was thinking maybe we could, either I'm going to get stopped out here in the green, or it's going to run up and I'll come back and get out wherever we are. So, and then there was one last trade I was going to take, and that was going to be on M and Q. We come up and we come down, and one of my favorite candle, you guys see it, an amazing hammer candle. An amazing hammer candle popped up with a ton of volume right here. And I was just a little too scared. At first, I was going to set a limit buy, actually, near the top of this box here. I didn't do that because I was a little nervous. And then I said, well, I could maybe set a limit buy like here, because price should come and retest this box's 50% mark, the cost basis. So I kind of had it down here at first. And then the hammer got created. I said, change of plans. I want to take this hammer candle. But I was just very hesitant and I didn't pull the trigger. I was just going to go for 1R really quickly. Literally, this is exactly what the trade was going to be. Let me see. 1R. And on this candle, I was just kind of watching it. At first, it was kind of like going up and down, and I was kind of waiting for it to come down a little lower, and then I was going to set this stop buy order or buy stop order. And in literally a millisecond, it goes boom. It just so I couldn't set the trade, and yeah, I had bad FOMO. I'm not going to lie to you, because I really wanted to take this hammer candle right here, but I wasn't able to do it. So it is what it is. That was my trades for today. Of course, I'm glad that it's a green day. I just am so aggravated a little bit with this. It's like I can't stay above having my distance drawdown be over 900. It's like I can't get out of that. I've been fighting this ever since my last, when I blew my last eval. Like, it's like once I drop below like 900, it's so hard for me for whatever reason to get it back. And I've sort of done away with trading only the 10 EMA strategy using Calvin's rules. I don't know. I'm just, like I said yesterday, this is just something I'm going to have to learn the hard way. I realize, like, I'm going to have to make my own rules. I like the 10 EMA strategy. I like trading certain candlestick patterns at certain levels. And now I'm just going to have to figure out the right rules for me. We'll see how I do. So far, I like that I've been losing smaller on the day. Now that can all change, really fast. Like, something can happen where the way I'm trading right now would be just horrible, and I just blow account after account. But I'm hoping that how I'm trading, I can really make some progress. Anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.